Hey everyone, welcome back to Multi Magic channel. In today's video, we are diving into a complete step-by-step guide on how to set up XenServer from scratch, and also we'll create our first Ubuntu virtual machine using XenCenter. Whether you are setting your home lab or exploring virtualization for development, or if in case you are preparing a server environment, this guide will walk you through everything from creating a bootable XenServer USB all the way to launching your Ubuntu VM inside XenCenter. So here's what we'll cover. So the tasks we have is how to create a bootable USB for XenServer, and second task is installing the XenServer on your system, setting up XenCenter on Windows, connecting to XenServer through XenCenter, and SSH, setting up the ISO library, and finally deploying an Ubuntu virtual machine. So if you are ready to get hands-on with this server virtualization, make sure to watch till the end, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. So let us go through this. Step 1. Let us create a bootable USB for XenServer. Alright, let's start with step 1. So that is creating a bootable USB for installing XenServer. To do that, first we need a tool called Rufus. It's a free and lightweight utility that helps us create a bootable USB drive easily. So let us jump into this. So open your browser and type Rufus download and click on this first link. Let us scroll down. Let us check for the link where we can download it. Okay, so I clicked on this Rufus 4.7 exe. Once the download is started, so make sure you double click that exe file. Okay, I got a small pop-up that do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device. So I'm clicking yes. Now we have to go through these steps and all. I'll click on yes, and then next we got this GUI. This is the user interface of this Rufus. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to plug in a USB drive, and then we have to select the ISO file, whatever the operating system we are going to boot into that pen drive. Okay, so before doing that, I also need to download the ISO file of the XenServer. So let us also do that. So to do that, you have to go to the search bar and type XenServer ISO download. Okay, I am going to click on this first link, that is XenServer 8 and trial edition downloads. So let me scroll down, download XenServer 8.4 now, and I'm going to click on this button. Yep, accept and download, and let us wait till this ISO downloading finishes. Fine. Meanwhile, let us plug in the USB which we want to boot up. Okay, let me take my USB and okay, you can see this, right? So I previously had the Ubuntu, so that's why the name of that is Ubuntu. So let it be like that only. Okay, so that is the device which we have under the boot selection. So now under the boot selection, we have to select the ISO file which we have downloaded, right? So okay, now it is done. I'm going to stop this. So we have this one, right? So we have this XenServer 8 version already downloaded. Okay, I'm going to delete this. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. So now let us open this Rufus. We selected the device, that is our pen drive, which I just inserted, and we have in this boot selection we have to select the XenServer ISO file. So this is what it is. We go to downloads and this is the file which we want to choose, and let us click on this open, and make sure this partition scheme you have this MBR, and the target system is just keep it as it is, like the default one. And now finally let us click on this start, and this is what I'm going with, the recommended settings only. Just click on OK, and it's just showing a warning that it is going to destroy everything, whatever the data we have inside the pen drive. Let us click on this OK. Now you can see this, the status is running on. Now if you see this, the drive, the pen drive, the USB, whatever we just inserted, the name of that also has changed. This process will take usually few minutes. Once it's done, your USB is ready to install XenServer on your target machine. So this is what the booting process of the USB. As I told, it will take few minutes. It is ready. So now we can use this pen drive to install the XenServer in other system. So now it's time to jump into the second part. Okay. Yeah guys, I think we just completed the task 1, that is creating a bootable USB for XenServer, and let me mark it down. So now our task is to install the XenServer on your system, that is my system, right? So let me show you my setup, and please ignore that will be very messy. So this is what my setups look like. So, and this is a CPU which we have, and currently in that CPU we have this Ubuntu system which is already loaded. So now our task is to install XenServer in this. So before installing XenServer, we need to make sure that this monitor, this CPU has internet connection also. So right now I have an empty router, a router which is useless actually, so I am not using this. So I am going to use this router for my network, because the router which I have in my room is pretty far from this. So what I did is I took a LAN cable, that is give me a second. So I connected a LAN cable to that router, and I am going to insert it here. That way the same connection, the same network will be accessible to this router also. Okay. So give me a second, let me connect this. Okay, before connecting to this router, let me reset the router first. Okay, so let me show you the reset button. You can see this, right? So this one, this is the reset button. So if we click on that reset button for approximately 5 to 10 seconds, your router will be resetted, and all the lights which are displayed here, they'll get blinked once. Okay, everything will get blinked. That's how you need to understand that your router is resetted. Okay, so basically we extended our connection. Okay, and to this CPU I also have another LAN cable, so which I am going to connect to this router. That way this CPU will also have the access for the network. Okay, now we are good. So let us start installing the XenServer on our system. So right now we have the Ubuntu, you can see this, right? So to install the XenServer in our system, what we have to do is we have to power it off first, and then next we have to connect the USB here, and next we have to press F12 for the boot options. Let us do that process. So I have the USB here, let me power it off. Okay, I powered off my system, and let me switch it on again. So I connected the USB, and now if I press this CPU on button, and if I keep pressing this F12, let us wait. So this is the boot option. These are boot options which we are going to see. So the pen drive which we kept is the SanDisk. So we are going to select the SanDisk partition 1, the SanDisk option. So once after clicking that, we'll be able to see that install option. So we have to click on this install option. Next, there'll be a lot of process which is going on. No one understands. Okay, it will take some time. It will take few minutes to set up the whole operating system in our device. So yep, now we got this. We have to set up some options, that is what is the key map you are going to use. I am going to use this US key map. So if you click on the right arrow, you are going to choose this. You are going to navigate to the OK button. If you click on the left arrow, again you will go to the US options. If you want to change it, you can press the down arrow and the up arrow respectively. So I want this US, so I am going to click on this US and right arrow and the OK button. Next, go through this, like you can keep on clicking this OK button until you feel something is not what you want. Okay, so I am accepting the terms also. You can navigate through the left and the right buttons. Okay, so this is the disk we have, and I have around 1 TB. So that is why I am going to choose that and click on OK. I am going to use the system's storage, not the SanDisk, not the pen drive storage. So that is why the option which we have is the system storage only. So I am just clicking on this OK. I'll go with this default options OK. And local media, yes, it will search for the repository, the source where we are going to install this XenServer. We just have to verify that source, right? Verify the installation sources and all. If you want, you can skip it, or else you can verify the installation source also. For now, I am going to verify it. Yep. So there is a message we got: verification of your installation XenServer completed successfully. No problems were found. Awesome. Let us click OK. So this is where we have to enter the password to log in, if you want to log in into our system. So let me keep a password for me. Okay, so you have to retype the password again. Okay, now I think I am good. So let me click on this OK again. Also, we have this, if you can see here, you have some options. There is an asterisk there beside the automatic configuration, right? If you want to select this static configuration, you have to navigate to this static configuration and you have to press the space. So but I want this automatic configuration only, so I am selecting the automatic configuration itself. Okay, so and let me click on this OK. So most probably I am going to go for the default settings, and yeah, here the hostname configuration we are going to automatically set via DHCP. But if you see here, it is manually specifying. We can manually specify if we want, but let me go with this automatically set via DHCP, and I am going to click on this OK. And the geographical area which we live is, I hope there is an India. Yep, there is an Indian option, and we can go with this Maldives. Okay, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to wait for this option also. Use DHCP and NTP servers. And finally, let us see. Let us also click on this install XenServer. And now it is preparing for installation. I think we'll also get one more pop-up, that is kind of, do you want to install some other tools, or else you want to automatically install all the tools, kind of. Let us wait. for that pop-up. I hope it will get that. Okay, this is what I was saying. Would you like to install any supplement packs? I'm going with the default option, that is no. Let us wait for this installation till it gets completed. Okay, so we got finally the installation got completed. So now let us click on this OK option. Yep, there will be a lot of things going on. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So we have to click on this XenServer option and let us wait patiently. Now I think the XenServer installation is completed. Let us wait. Yeah, see this. I think we are almost done. Have you seen that XenServer screen? Okay, so this is what the XenServer console looks like. Give me a second, let me zoom it out. Yeah, this is what the XenServer console looks like. The IP address which we have is, you can see the IP address here, that is 192.168.0.107, and this is how the console looks like. And if you want, you can see the shell. If you press on this local command shell, navigate to that and press enter for that, and it will ask for the password. So try to enter the password which you have entered in the starting while the installation process is going on. So give me a second. I have entered the password. Now we can access the shell here. See, if I press on ls and if I press on enter, now we can see all the files which we have. So that's all the process. This is what the process looks like. All we did was we created a bootable USB for XenServer, and now what we have done is we configured the network, and the next we attached the bootable pen drive which has XenServer in it, and after that we went through the boot options and we selected the pen drive option, right? And after that we installed XenServer in this whole process, like we configured the configurations and what is the host name you want to keep, everything. Almost we left each and everything by default only, other than the host name. Other than the host name. Rest all are the default options only. Okay, so now we completed this second step. The third step what we have is the setting up the XenCenter on the Windows. So basically for the XenCenter, we don't have a Mac desktop app for the XenCenter, but we have that for Windows. That is why we are going to set that XenCenter on the Windows. So stay back. I'm going to come back with my Windows operating system. Okay. So now we are jumping into the step 3, that is setting up the XenCenter on Windows. Before jumping into that, so what we did previously was we just installed the XenServer on the system, but I just forgot to tell you something. After installation, what you have to do is you have to shut down your system and remove the pen drive, and then if you once power it on, you will land into this user interface, that is the XenServer operating systems management console. Okay, and please remember this, we have the IP address that is 192.168.0.107. okay, and now what we are going to do is we are going to set up the XenCenter on the Windows. Okay, so for using that you can get a GUI kind of user interface for the XenServer. Okay, so to do that what we have to do is we have to install the XenCenter, and you can download this XenCenter, the place where you downloaded the XenServer itself. If you go down a bit, you can see this XenCenter. So let me click on that. Let us wait till the installation gets completed. Okay, it is done. So let me open that. So it is preparing to install. Let us go with the default options, that is next, next, install, and we need to press yes. Okay, let us click on this. Now XenCenter has been installed. We are going to launch that. Okay. Yep. So it is just showing a small pop-up that do you want to periodically check for the internet for new versions of this XenCenter application. Okay, that is fine. I'll just click on this yes. So if you want to connect to this XenServer in this XenCenter, so you have to make sure that you are in the same network. So the network which we are using for the XenCenter is, give me a second, let me connect to that. So I believe the password is okay, the password is incorrect. Give me a second, let me check in the, if you also face this issue, you can check the password behind the router. So mine is, you can see the password details here, right? So the password is act12345. Okay, so let me write the password. Yep. So now, so that we now connected to the same network where our XenServer is connected. Okay. So now let us click on this option, that is add new server. Here we have to specify the IP address, that is 192.168.0.107. Okay, and the username is root because we followed the default options only. So the password we have to enter, the password which we have to enter here is the one which we use to log in for the XenServer, right? So also we set up that password in the installation, while the installation procedure also. Okay, so let me enter the password. Okay, now let us wait for the magic. Okay, so you'll get this pop-up that do you want to accept the security certificate? Yeah, you can definitely accept that. Okay, unable to connect the server and unknown error occurred. Let us wait, let us see. Let's try to connect it again. Okay, so I don't know why we got that. I tried to reconnect and it got connected. Okay, so let us also study this pop-up that save and restore connection state. Okay, request means password. No, I just wanted to be as it is. Okay, now we have this XenServer connected to this XenCenter. By that, after completing this, we just completed this installation of XenServer on your system, and also we completed the setting up XenCenter on the Windows. Now what we have to do is connecting the XenCenter server through XenCenter and SSH. So we had completed this also, that we connected the XenServer through XenCenter, but not through SSH. So let us also do that. Let us connect to XenServer using SSH. So to do that, let me navigate to the terminal which I have here. Give me a second. I am navigating to the terminal. So we have the terminal here only. So we also make sure that we have connected this system also to the same network. Give me a second. Let me connect to the same network, that is AC5net. The password we have to enter. You can change these passwords later if you want. So we are connected to the same network which XenServer is connected. Okay, so now I believe SSH command is something like this: SSH and the username, and after that IP address. Okay, so basically we try to connect to the XenServer using SSH, but what happened is we got an error because the SSH host key of the machine at 192.168.0.107 that is a XenServer has changed since the last time we connected, and basically we installed it again, right? So I tried to reinstall the XenServer to record this process and all. That's why the host key has changed. So what we did is we tried to remove the host key which we had previously, and I tried to reconnect to the XenServer again, that is SSH root at the rate 192.168.0.107. okay, so now it is asking for creating a new fingerprint. So let me create this, let me type this yes, and if I click on this and if I click enter after typing the S, it will ask for the password of the XenServer. So let me type the password, yes. Now if you see, we are inside this XenServer console. We are inside this XenServer console. Okay, so after all this we completed this connecting to XenServer through XenCenter and SSH. So what we have to do now is we have to set up the ISO library, and after that what we will do is we will use that ISO library and we'll create a Ubuntu virtual machine. Okay, so now let us jump into this setting up the ISO library. For that we need to follow some specific process. We have some commands which I have already, so I'll also paste that documentation of the commands in the description itself, so you can also follow the same. So let us wait and let me open the documentation. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we just try to log in into XenServer using the SSH, and after that what we have to do is we have to create a directory, and what I am doing is I am just pasting that. Okay, you have seen this, right? Okay, we pasted that, and now what we have done is we have created a directory with name ISO images inside the var and opt. Okay, and now we are navigating to this option. Okay, now we are inside this ISO images. Now what we are going to do is we wanted to download this Ubuntu ISO, that is I am going to download the latest ISO file only. So let me paste it here. Yep, this will take some time, so meanwhile take a break, have fun, and let's connect again. Okay, yeah, so now you can see that our ISO image has been downloaded. Okay, so let us verify here. Though we connected through SSH, but looking into the XenServer console, and if we check whether that we have the ISO there or not, that gives a different feeling, right? So let me log in, let me access this command shell. Let me type the password. I have done the wrong thing. I kept a very long password. Okay, so we are into the console. So the path where we have to check for the ISO file is ls var opt the ISO images. So this is the path. So now you can see we have this ISO file. So what we have done till now is we completed the setting up the ISO library. Now we have the ISO library. Now finally, but last but not the least, we are going to deploy, we are going to create a Ubuntu virtual machine. So to do that, we have to access the XenCenter, which we have installed in the Windows operating system. Okay, so this is the XenCenter, and let me try to reconnect. If you double click that localhost, you'll get the option that is connect, and if you click on this connect, yep, we got connected to this localhost, that is our XenServer. Okay, now if you click on this option, that is new VM, the operating system which we are going to install in this is Ubuntu, right? So I am going with Ubuntu Jammy Jellyfish, and then I have to click on this next. You can name it whatever you want. Maybe I am going to keep it as my-master. Okay, if I click on this next, and yeah, this is where you are going to select the ISO library that we just actually installed. We actually installed it. Let me check why it is not there. There seems to be a problem. We haven't completed this setting up the ISO library in a proper way. Let me recheck and come back to you. So yeah guys, now I just went through the same process, that is let me show you why we got that issue. So what I have done is I have clicked on the new VM, and I typed Ubuntu. I search for Ubuntu and I choose this Ubuntu Jammy Jellyfish, and if I press on this next, I gave the VM name which I want to keep, and then after clicking that, after giving the name of the machine, I clicked on the next. Now previously we haven't got the Ubuntu 24.04.2 here, right? So the issue is we are following these steps, right? That's my bad. So what we have done is we logged into the XenServer through SSH, using SSH. We created the ISO storage directory also, and we downloaded the Ubuntu ISO. But after that, what we have to do is we have to create the ISO storage repository, and after that we have to make sure that whether the repository is there or not. Okay, so these two steps, we missed those two steps. That is why we are unable to see this previously. So let me show you. I try to redo the steps again. So repeat the steps again. So I downloaded the Ubuntu image, that is 24.04.02, and after that I created the storage repository using this command. That is I copied that from here to here. That's all. So all I did is I just copy pasted. So now once after that is done, I try to list list the storage repositories with the name label, that is ISO images local. So you can see here. Okay, so that is what the ISO images local is, what you are seeing here. Okay, now I am going to select this Ubuntu 24.04.2 and then next. Let us click on this next. Okay, so the RAM we have is, this has 32 GB RAM, and what we are going to do is, it's fine, it is just showing the configuration. So I'll go with the default option. I'll click on this next, and now the CPUs I have is 8, so I'm going to give around 2 CPUs, and after that memory I'm going to give around maybe, let us keep it as 8 GB RAM. Okay, so now I'll click on this next. Please do give the configurations based on your system configuration, whatever it is necessary for the work which you want to do. So for me, 8 GB RAM is enough, and 2 CPU core is enough, and the storage, if you can see here, the storage option by default it is 10 GB, right? So but that is not sufficient for me. So what I am trying to do is, I am trying to give around 200 GB. Okay, so now I clicked on this OK. Now let me click on this next, and after that I'll go with the next again. Now just make sure you check all your configuration, whatever you have given here, recheck everything, and if you want you can go, if you click the previous, and you can go to each and every page, and you can change the configuration whatever you have done or whatever is necessary for you. Okay, now if I click on this create now, you can see this progress bar, right? So yes, the VM is getting created. Give it some time, it is going to start the VM, and now let us wait for the magic. Yep, here is the VM. That's so small, it's, I cannot see that properly. Okay, so we have the VM here, that is my master, and let me check each and every tab. What do we have, what do we got? Storage, networking, console. Yeah, see here, this is the console. This is the console. If you see this, you're getting the Ubuntu installed in this. Let us wait for this. Okay, finally we got the VM. Okay, so we are going to choose all the default options only. So we have this English, and let me click on the next, next. The keyboard layout is English US, yes. Connect to the internet, yep. Okay, install Ubuntu, interactive installation, default selection, okay. No third parties, erase this, can install Ubuntu, okay, fine. And the computer name which I'm going to keep is, let me keep it as my, it's my master, right? So I'm going to keep it as my master only. My machine name is my master, so I'm just going to keep the username, everything as same, and let me give the password also. Okay, so let me click on this next, and most probably you will get something like the geographical area, I believe. You should get this next option. Why is not coming? Back, 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 back. Do we need internet connection for this? Do we need internet connection for this? Okay, so I have to select this. Okay, fine. So let me click on this install, and now the process started. So here we have configured each and every step of the Ubuntu, and we clicked on the install button. So now it is getting installed. Okay, so let us wait for this whole process to get completed. This is going to take some time, so sit back and relax. Okay, so the installation process is completed, and you can see here Ubuntu 24.04.2 latest version is installed and it's ready to use. Okay, so let us click on this restart now. Let us click on this enter. Awesome. So the system name, it's wrongly spelled. I'm going to change it later. Okay, so the password, give me a second. Great, now we got this Ubuntu installed in our XenServer. So basically what we have done is, give me a second, let me show you. So what we have done is, first we created a bootable USB for our XenServer, and after that we installed the XenServer on our system, and then next we set up the XenCenter on Windows, with which we can get a GUI like interface for the XenServer operating system. That way all we have to do is we just need a CPU which is connected to the network, and through SSH we'll connect to the XenCenter or else terminal and all. So the next step what we have done is we connected the XenServer through the XenCenter and SSH, and we have seen the folder structure what is there in the XenServer also. And after that we set up the ISO library, which is that is how we installed the Ubuntu operating system in the VM. So after that, so basically we created a new VM, and for that VM we have to give the ISO image of the operating system which we want, right? So we downloaded the ISO image here, and we gave that ISO image in this step. And after that, when we clicked on, when we gave that ISO image, and after setting up the configuration for the Ubuntu, and after setting up the configuration whatever is necessary for us, after all this tedious process we landed up here. So we got the VM. So now with that said, we completed this step also. So let us verify finally. Okay, let us verify whether we got the VMs or not. So basically this is the management console of the my server, right? So here if you navigate to this virtual machines, and if you check all VMs or VMs running on this host, you can see this my master, right? Yeah, you can see this my master, right? Yep. So that's all for this video. I know this took long time, but it's worth doing. And you can see this is the whole, this is the CPU which we have, and this is the router which we have, and after that this is the XenServer, and this is the whole system, this is the whole setup, and it went pretty much messy after doing this whole setup. Okay, and but it's worth doing. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.